Hi, you made back from your military school. How is it?
Well, it was long, and 6 months from home was a long time. I volunteered and I can blame myself for a wasted life that I will never get back.
What makes you say that? You learned a lot, didn't you?
We filled most of the time learning the same thing in circles like the Chinese language, going round and round to find the meaning of it all.
What did it consist of?
Well, we learned the LU and the BCS-3. Ever heard of them?
Hell no, is that a science fiction program?
No, the LU is a estimation tool that sucks. Its projection of reality is like an acid trip. Using it is like getting high without the benefit of drugs. It says that to kill 100 enemies you need to use more ammo than was used on D-Day and Hamburger Hell combined. The BCS-3 is like an expensive video game without enough memory to run it.
Did you get extensive training on them?
No, about 1 hour each, and then we were expected to brief their capabilities. It was the usual trial by fire that the Army uses. They tell you they are crawl, walk and run in their learning system, but that is a fucking joke.
That sounds difficult. Was the course hard to pass?
Are you kidding? The Army is taught at retard level. If you are smarter than a 10th grader you will pass. The only thing that matters is physical fitness. You can be a genius, but if you are fat you are a no-go.
How was the rest of the course?
Ever hear of death by PowerPoint? Well, we were at ground zero.
That must be tough on the instructors.
Not sure. A monkey could have taught the course, but it would have stayed in the room more than the instructors did.
Where did they go? Don't you work 8 hours a day?
Fuck no. They might have worked 2 or 3 hours a day. The rest of the time they were working out or talking, trying to improve their leadership abilities.
Did you make any friends?
Not really. Being in the Guard you stand out. Their culture is bullshit and their insulation from the world makes them pretty stupid to talk with. They complain about things that do not matter and whine about benefits most of the day. To them a 24-month assignment post is a tragedy if they do not get what they want. They hate places that I have seen and are a lot better than the border, but what do they know?
Why did you go there?
Well, it did help with retirement, and what does not kill you only makes you stronger. I really thought that I could network, but that was impossible. I already am ready for retirement and their concerns and mine were so far apart that, oh, whatever.
I understand. With the pay freeze and the rest of the government, it must be a good thing.
Yes, I did get a 1.4% pay increase and a chance to get away. I do not envy the fact that they have to deploy so much. If they followed General Order Number 1, they must get less sex than a nun. However, rabbit-like behavior at home makes up for it.
I am a little uncomfortable with that talk. You didn't play around, did you?
No, not at all. The skanks did not troll my way, and I am too old to excite anymore. I did get to party a little, but it was like hanging out with your children.
What about don't ask, don't tell, and the change to that?
Oh, the homosexual policy. Well, most of my class was for gays openly serving. That was a change. They, however, did not find gay humor funny. Fuck them, they will have to live with the decision. On a Guard drill weekend it does not really matter. I have already props to coming out ceremony.
What the fuck?
It's a joke. If you can beat them, and I mean beat them, haha, then you can always make fun of the system. The military is all fucked up. To talk about it would get me any complaint, but it is done. I am looking forward to gay night at the club, or 2 guys holding each other walking around the base. Awesome.
What do you mean?
Well, the Army is all over the map. Family, gays openly serving, women in combat. Benefits are too much, and what a fucking shambles. Someday in the future we will fight a war and see if all of these bullshit social theories can cut it on the battlefield. I just hope I am not in the bloodbath if that occurs. Most likely I will be at home on the couch smiling. You have to admit it is a frame of mind. If you are not in it, it can be entertaining. Imagine our first fucking gay Medal of Honor winner.
That sounds dreadful. Well, what were the positives of the 6 months for you?
Well, I had a lot of time to reflect on life and to look at my retirement situation. I make up with some enemies in the state and saw an old classmate from officer basic course.
Have you decided to change branches?
Fuck no. I would rather be an incident manager at Ground Zero than a glorified clerk in the rear with the gear calculating how much water a soldier needs each day. Especially with a system that will tell me that each soldier needs a personal pool worth of water to survive each day.
Didn't you have something called an ECOS?
Yes, the individual concept of support. It should be called I cannot organize sheet. They want you to put together a war in a day when the Lou keeps feeding you sheet and the BCS-3 is like working a Rubik's Cube while drunk. I barely passed the damn thing after watching the grader use his cell phone to add up the points.
Somebody said that you were taking a combatives course. What was that like? Is it good training?
Only if you have a death wish. They have you walk into people and get hit and then they back off. Our training is way superior. They would get fucking killed, and I mean killed in the real fight. It is another feel good. Somebody confused sport with hand-to-hand combat. They all passed, but half of them would be cheap fun for our guys.
Well, it sounds like you should probably retire and get away from all of that.
You are correct. I have a couple of years and I can punch out. It sure is a different world now. I will probably stick it out. It is one of those things. I might just go to intermediate leadership course.
What is that?
It's the next course. It would be the last of the last for me.
Well, you're taking off for all of these courses sure has management all over your ass. You had better be careful.
That is a fucking joke. I leave here and go to Afghanistan and have 3 people I know get killed, serve in theater for 10.5 months and am away from home for 13 months and they hold it against me. Fuck them.
Bill wants to move you out of operations for your service.
Maybe he will choke to death on a Krispy Kreme. I live in between 2 worlds, but that will not stop me from serving my country. If my family can handle it, then I am good with it.
You like the drill weekends, don't you?
Except for the fact that I have to deal with inner city youth that have a distorted sense of reality. That always makes them a severe career threat, but you have to have something to entertain yourself with until the first openly serving cross-dressers show up. I have a lot of friends there, so it should be good.
Maybe I should have gone to the Guard after my time in the Marines, but it just seemed like it was time to get out and be done with it all.
I understand that, but it pays good and the weekend can be fun. I just learned for the first time that the active life is behind me. I do not plan on deploying again, and the school, well, maybe in 2014. Well, I suppose it is time to get to training.
Well, you can come back and talk if you like. I will be here all day.
All right, talk to you later.